Everybody, hi, welcome to my live. Happy Sunday. And first up, if you're watching this on replay, don't forget to do the hashtag replay down in the comments. And don't forget to give this live a thumbs up. It makes me happy and it helps the channel. So, yeah, welcome everybody who is here. We have Glitter Angels. Michelle, hey, how are you doing, sweetie? And we have a Dawn McCreary. Hi, Dawn. Happy anniversary, Mia and David. Thank you, love. Yeah, 17 years today. Time flies. And Dawn says hello, everyone, and hello, Michelle. Michelle says hello back. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Ah, I'm good. I'm good. I had my birthday yesterday, so I'm 45. It's just a number. We had a really great day. It wasn't busy. We got up as we usually do at around 10:20. I think I was up at 10 maybe. We got breakfast, kind of like, we used to do. And then we had this garden center opening. Thank you, Dawn. She says happy birthday. Um, we have this new garden center opening. It is called Cheap Flowers, directly translated. And they always have, cheap plants and flowers and all these little things. And then they have this huge room with a permanent Christmas decoration stuff in it. And I'm like, why do you want to look at Christmas stuff all year long? I mean, I don't. But there were a lot of articles in some of our local newspapers, and one of them wrote that there was this person, I don't know if it was a male or a female, I don't know, that was seriously considering moving here because of that permanent Christmas room. What? Yeah, that is 3 months until Christmas. They had a Santa Claus out there giving treats to the kids, and no. But we were out there. Hi, Karina. How are you doing, sweetie? So we were out there. I don't know, around noon. Walked around, and they had a lot of cheap stuff, and they had cheap bouquets. So I got a bouquet of pink flowers. The light isn't the best, so I got flowers. David called it my birthday bouquet. And hi Melanie. Thank you. Karina, yeah, I had a great birthday. So we were out there and they had cheap um, dirt to our garden. We usually put this layer of, God, what do you want to call that? It's basically fermented horse poop, horse dung. I don't know. That we put in all flower beds and whatnot because it helps the soil and it keeps weed away, which, well, it keeps it down. Um, Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, they're beautiful. Hi, Timothy. Melanie. Manure? Yeah, manure. Yeah, kind of. So we got a bunch of that. It was really cheap. And then we went outside. They have this both inside and outside. And we got these little wild blueberries for our blueberry patch because some of them aren't doing very well due to those little clover silly ones that keep trying to kill them. Leah, hey sis, how are you doing? How was Malu's birthday yesterday? Um, So we did that. We were in a few times because we couldn't fit anything else in the shopping cart. Um, Thank you, sis. I'm glad to hear it that she had a good birthday. I did write her on her Facebook. Um, so yeah, we did that. Then we went home and we watched some Chicago Fire. I don't know, 3 episodes or something. And then we left to go to one of the nearby cities to have dinner. Yeah, we had ribs, and I more or less ate free because you get this small portion of ribs when it's your birthday, and then they had a free salad and ice cream bar in September, so I ate for free almost. I mean, I had to pay for some of the things, like my soda, and I wanted sweet potato fries instead of those that usually go there, and I had some aioli instead of the sauce, but more or less. We came home and no, Karina, bones. Um, I don't. It's kind of a principled thing. I haven't been to a Jensen Spiffhus for I don't know 15 years or so. So we went home. David is walking up to the store. He had to send a package. So we came home and we watched some more Chicago Fire, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes. Then David had to go to bed because he had his biking club thingy today. And that was my birthday. Yeah, and today is our 17th anniversary. Time really flies. So yeah. Hi, Ditsy. Thank you. So yeah. I just put up a post on my Facebook because, well, we don't really celebrate our anniversary. We never really did that. It was done. It was a great day. And thank you, Ditsy, for both the birthday and anniversary greetings. Yeah. Mm. Today was a usual Sunday. David was biking. I was out buying groceries. And now I'm here. We've never really done a whole lot of it. Yeah, it's basically a day like every other day because we have this, why celebrate love one day out of the year when you have 364, 65 other days to celebrate it? I mean, I don't get it. But we have established many times that I am not like most people. So, yeah, I mean, I saw in memories on my Facebook that I got flowers on our anniversary, on our 8th anniversary. Uh, Leah, if you renew your wedding, I promise I will come. Who knows? Maybe for our silver wedding. I mean, it's 8 years out, right? Yeah, 8 years out. Maybe. I don't know. I was visiting my one of my oldest friends Friday. I brought cake and we were knitting, and then her mother-in-law was there as well. It was so cool. She is one of the sweetest women I know. Um, where did I want to go? Oh, right. Where did I go with this? They have their um, couple wedding, 12 and a half years here in October. And we were talking about, if they would celebrate it or whatnot. I mean, David and I had it easy. The world closed down, I don't know, either a few days before or a few days after our 12 and a half year anniversary. There would be no baby at that time. Well, yeah, you would be 58. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think most people are able. And to those of you who don't know, my sister Leah in here, she she was supposed to deliver her baby on September 7th, if I remember correctly. That was her due date. And she was induced and something with a balloon and whatnot on the 7th because we had a wedding, you know. But Malou um, didn't want to come out. No, she had other plans. And they tried and they tried and they tried. And when Wednesday came around, the doctor was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do a cesarean. So my sister called me and she was crying and I was crying. It was a whole mess. I was in the car with David. We were on our way home from picking up my wedding dress, and no, he didn't see it. So we cried, and Leah was like, so I have been giving the choice of giving, you know, delivering tomorrow or Friday. So I was thinking, doing it Friday because that way you get a niece for your birthday. So I have a 17-year-old niece now. My birthday present 17 years ago. But I would much rather have had my sister there. But yeah. And I remember when Stephanie and Milou, the two oldest of her girls, when they were younger, they would kind of, like little girls do, they would fight over who've known me the longest or something. So Stephanie would be like, well, in that market, I've just known Auntie the longest. And Milou would look at her sister and go, yeah, well, I share the same birthday. Discussion over. I was like, you girls, come on, this isn't a competition. Oh boy, those girls. I love them dearly. And now they have a little sister who is turning 14. I mean, they grow, my nieces. So yeah. I said that, Leah, it's 14. They grow, those girls. And Rosa is 4. Yeah, she had her first, yeah, 19, 17, and 14. So next year, in that family, okay, they will have Stephanie, the oldest, will be 20. Tanya, the youngest, will have her confirmation. My sister will be 50. She will, even though she denies it. Melu will be 18, and Tanya will be 15. All those. I know over here 15 is a kind of special, but in the US it's the 16th. But all those days in one year, I'm like, whew, are we all gonna, make one party out of it? Or do I have to drive up there like 5 times? Well, I wouldn't mind, but they're growing up, my little girls. So yeah, I'll be 46 next year, which there is a year out of it, but I'm like, before you know it, oh, Leah, the one in April isn't important. Well, I mean, it's very important. It's your birthday. You're turning 50. You're halfway through life. Oh, I don't know. Isn't that what they say? Like, now you have the midlife crisis and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going like, who say that people will be 100 or that they won't be 110? So that midlife, how do they know that? But my brain, you know my brain, right? It's weird. So yeah. You're not turning 27 plus taxes. No, you're turning 50. It's kind of like when I was visiting my girlfriend the other day on Friday. Her husband was there, and he was like, "So, are you turning 27 plus taxes?" I'm like, "No, I'm turning 45." It's like, "Oh, just because a lot of women won't stand by their age," and I'm like, "I'm not one of those women. I'm 45. That's it. It's just a number. Just like New Kids is singing, right? Age is just a number. I didn't even hear that song yesterday. Karina, I used to say I turned 25 in a lot of months. When my mom turned 50, like 20 years ago or something, she was saying that she turned 25. And like I said, then we have an issue because how can you be my mom when I'm older than 25? I mean, that's kind of an issue. You can't be 25 when what was I at that age? 27, I think. Yeah, she was 23 when she had me. And so I was 27, 26, 27 at that time. So yeah. Leah, my brain is 27 and my body is 90. Yeah, well, I'm usually like my brain is like 16, 17, maybe a little older. My age is now 45 and my body age is like 99, something like that. So yeah. Hey, you guys don't forget to hit that like button. It really, really does help. I hear a whole lot. And I can't speak today. Just like, what else is new? What else is new? So yeah, and Monday we had Rosa's first gymnastic class. Thank you, Karina. Melanie, my sister, has a hard time with her age. I'm like you, Mia. It's just a number. All how you feel or present yourself. Exactly. What did you forget, Alicia? But thank you. What um, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Dits. Um, so yeah, Rosa had her first gymnastic class this Monday, and she was a happy little camper. I picked her up from kindergarten. Anthony, hey, thank you. Timothy, I'm 47, but my body feels like it's 100 at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry, Timothy. I'm actually having a pretty good day today. How are you doing, Anthony? How is how is your? Are you done with it? So yeah, I picked her up from kindergarten, and we came home, and I told her, we're going to gymnastics today, so when Uncle leaves for work, we have to go just a little later. And she sat down, and she was like, so. She looked at me. So when is Uncle leaving for work? Like he leaves in about an hour. Okay. And she was like, so I can watch a Disney movie. It's like, yes, you can watch a Disney movie. So David got around, getting ready to leave for work. And I asked her, so do you remember when we're going to leave? It's like, yes, Uncle is driving in a minute. And then I have to get ready, maybe go take a pee, and then we'll leave for gymnastics. Like, that a girl. So we got down there, and she saw her trainer that she haven't seen since the beginning of April, and she just flew into her arms and gave her a big old hug. I was like, ah. So yeah, that was kind of cute. Last year was a little apprehensive, and she's not always very good with people she doesn't know that well, even though she knows her very well. But you know, Rosa. But this year, I told her, this year you're one of the older kids because this is aged 3 and 4. So I was like, so this year you're one of the older kids, so you have to show the little ones how to do stuff. To sit on the air track when you begin, um, when they put air into it, and then to sit on it again when the air goes out of it, so that you go up and down with the air track. And I saw her like going to take this little girl's hand and then put her on the air track, and I was like, "Aw." Don, how is Rosa like in kindergarten? She loves it. She loves it. But our kindergarten is different from your kindergarten. It isn't school in any way. It's basically kind of a daycare where they play and do stuff like that. They're out a whole lot. Her kindergarten is a sports kindergarten, so they do a lot of motor skill training and jumping around and just moving their bodies. And then when she's, I don't know, I think maybe in a year or so, she'll move up to the older group, as they call it. They have the little ones and the bigger ones. And when she goes to be with the bigger ones, they might start, they'll be taught how to sit still and receive a message. They might start training some letters or some, how to count to more, counting and stuff like that that makes them ready to go to school. But it isn't required because even the first year of school is not school. Well, is it today? I don't know. Oh, she does. When she came here Monday, she was, I don't know, how did we get onto it? I don't know. We were talking and all of a sudden she just looked at me in the mirror. I have a mirror so I can see her in the car. And she looked at me and said, I know how to spell my name. I was like, oh, cool. Can you spell it? And she goes, yes, Rosa. I'm like, wow, you're so good. You have to tell Uncle. And we came home. And the thing is, she calls our home home. So we came home and, took off her shoes and her jacket. And she ran into the kitchen so that she could tell David that she know how to spell her name. So yeah, that's awesome. For a while, she'd known, if she saw letters written, she would know which letters went into her name, but you know, she wouldn't know how to put them in the right order. She knew that her name had an O, an S, an A, and an R, but how to put them together, she didn't get that. But she does now. So I have these magnetic letters at the attic. David has to go up and grab them for me that I would put on our fridge. That way we can practice, letters and how to put them together. Yeah. Tammy, that's precious. I miss those days with my kids. I get that. And it is precious. It's memories. I do treasure that a lot. I mean, I always felt, yeah, age is the number, Leah. Um, I always felt that I missed some of that with my sister's girls because they lived 2 hours away. So I'm really appreciating that I get this with Rosa because she's so close and I have her once a week. And yeah, and I also have to babysit her Tuesday. David, no, not David. He has a job to go to. My brother has a meeting. I guess politic or maybe kindergarten stuff. I don't know. It's one of those. And I don't even know what time I have to be there. Well, I have to ask. It's Sunday, so I have a day or so. So yeah. But it is great having that little one. And you really don't know what comes out of her mouth. I'm telling you. It's so funny. So yeah. And then the rest of the week I really didn't do a whole lot. Tammy says hi to Anthony. Anthony, are you out and about or are you at home being a homebody? So, yeah. And Friday I baked. And here's the deal. You know how I love my beer cake, that with the sweet beer and kind of like a bread, and then you smear butter on it. I love that. So I brought one of those down to my girlfriend, and we did cut it out. My girlfriend knows it, and you basically slice it like a bread, and then you put butter on it. And she brought it into the living room where we were sitting and we were having coffee and stuff. And her husband and mother-in-law kind of looked at it and went, "Why do you have butter in here?" And she and I, Christine is her name, we kind of looked at each other, and I was like, "Have you never had beer cake?" No, they had never had beer cake in their life. And I'm like, the mother-in-law is like 70 something. That is a failure in. I'm like, how can you not have tried beer cake? It is like one of the, in my world at least, it's one of those cakes that everybody knows. It's kind of like a spice cake, like I think I've told you before. But uh hey, Angel Love, I had a great birthday, and Timothy, my birthday was great. Karina, you don't know what an ulke is? I love it. So anyway, I kind of told them, it's easy to bake, and the best thing is if it's straight out of the oven, you let it cool just a little, and then you put cold butter on it so it's melting a little bit, but the butter is still firm, and then you eat it. It's, yeah, I love it. And then I said to Christine, I mean, she knows it. I mean, she's had it several times, but then she told me she'd never made one on her own. I'm like, I'm sorry. What kind of company am I in here? So yeah, they tried it and they liked it, and it's like, it's so easy to make. I mean, the mixing the dough is like a 5-minute task, and then it takes you about an hour in the oven. That's what takes the longest. That is the baking of it. I mean, it's basically, 5 spices, some of that sweet beer, brown sugar, flour. And that's it. I mean, easy. So yeah. And David had asked, "Do you think there'll be any left?" It's like, and even if there isn't, I can make a new one. I still have some of that beer left. So that's good. What is he doing? Oh, Soda Stream. It's like, what is that sound out there? Speaking of it, don't forget to hydrate. It is very important. I didn't get enough yesterday, I think. I don't know. I kind of forgot it because I wasn't in here, and I usually have my water in here when I'm diamond painting. You're having tea, Karina? Oh, I love tea as well. Maybe I'll have that later. Right now I'm on water. I need to hydrate myself. Um, or I'm having a coffee. It's been a while since I had coffee. Yeah, the past few times when I had something warm or hot, it's been chai. Yeah, I have this amazing chai with caramel. Love it, love it, love it. I also have one with cocoa. They also sell one with spices, but I'm not really into that one. And then they have one with cocoa and orange. Oh my god. That one I have to, keep keep over there, because if I take it out too much, it's like I can drink the entire little box with 10 of them in it in, I don't know, an hour or so. So it's kind of like, you stay over there and I'll find one. It's kind of like, there's one cup in these little baggies. So I bring one out, put it back in where it belongs, and I make it. I'm like, yeah. How are you doing, Angel? So, How was your weekend, everybody? Now I've told you about mine, how my birthday was, and how the anniversary thing day is going, which is basically like every other Sunday. So yeah. And the food yesterday was so good. I love ribs, especially when they're like just falling apart, which they are up there. They're just falling apart. Glad to hear that, Angel. Glad to hear it. Yeah, they make them perfectionist up there. And then it was fast yesterday. Usually I feel like, we get our salads and we eat those and then we wait like, I don't know, half an hour or so for the ribs. Um, but yesterday it felt like we got a salad and the food was out there. It was like, dang it, that was fast. And then we just talked and looked at stuff, and then in those restaurants they always have some decor. Some is movies, others are up there. It is both movies, but also sports. So they had this, I don't know, glass cabinet where they had a football ball from the Los Angeles Rams, which is my brother's favorite team. And so I took a picture of it with all the um, signatures and whatnot, and I sent him a picture of it. And his reply was, "Where and what does it cost?" I'm like, "I don't think that's for sale because it's at this Bone restaurant." It's like, so I'm not sure that, it's for sale. And it was like, steal it. That's not easy either. I mean, it's locked in this Monterey, and I don't even see where to open it. And I mean, no. You got me, Angel. So it's like, no, no, you would have to, do this yourself. If you really want it, you can go up here and you can talk to them and whatnot. Then they had another one with chargers, which I don't even know where they're from. And I know um, Patriots. Those I know. And I know Rams because my brother is totally always talking about them. Oh, you got me too? Thank you, Angel. So crazy. So yeah, I'm not really. And then there is, oh gosh, the name of Bertas. The That's embarrassing. Blue Hawks, right? That's Bertas. And then I'm kind of don't know all the rest of them. I mean, yeah, but yeah. I mean, if somebody asked me, what's the team of, I would kind of look at them and go, how would I know? I mean, I I used to watch it a lot years ago, but I'm not really watching a whole lot of sports anymore. I'm doing my diamond painting. I'm doing my knitting. I watch some shows and listening to audiobooks, chatting to you guys and making my YouTube videos, and that's about it. That's what my brain can comprehend. And I had a question yesterday from this. She's a follower. I don't know if she's here because I know she has young kids. Um, Asked me, how much time do you spend on your channel, making videos and everything. And I was like, okay, so I had to, think how much time do I use for instantly making a women chat. So I was kind of like, okay, so I record for about an hour. I download it to my computer. I edit it. which takes about 5 minutes, maybe more if I need to put in a lot of pictures, I do that sometimes. And then I put in the thank you for watching and welcome, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Put in the music at either end, and then I, put it so that it is taken back to my computer in the edited version. But like that can take, depending on the length of the video, about half an hour, 40 minutes, and how slow my computer is, by the way. So it's like that's about it. And you can do whatever you want in that time. Then if it's a unboxing or whatever, I have to do the thumbnail where I'm using the free version of Canva. And then you just have to upload it to YouTube, which I mean you have to fill out the what section, description section. You have to find a title and all these things that you need to fill out. And then it takes me, the video is about 20 minutes if it's slow to upload. And that's about it. And then it depends on how many videos you get to do that week. And I've been bad about it lately. So yeah. It does take some time. And you know that if you're doing your own videos, if you're a creator yourself, it isn't just the recording. There is, and I don't edit a whole lot. I really don't. I'm not into that. I'm like, okay, you get my mistakes, you get my blunders, you get me not remembering words and whatnot. I wouldn't be me if I removed all of that, right? So, and I know other people do a whole lot of editing, which makes it takes a whole lot longer. But if you want to keep it simple, then that's what I do. And I have the utmost respect for the creators that use a lot of time to edit. It's just not me, which is fine. I know we all do it differently and we all have different expectations of our channels. And mine is to have fun. I'm not here to make money out of it. I'm here to, make the videos that I like and talk to you guys and, yeah, be here. So I'm not counting on ever being monetized. Even if I end up there where I can be, probably won't. Because then it's about that. And that's not the point of this. I'm kind of shocked that I'm getting close to 500 subscribers. I'm like, wait, how did that happen? Even though my numbers goes up and down a little, sometimes I'm at, how many am I at right now? Around 475, or in that, and then it goes up, and then I lose a few, and then it goes up again, and then, Hey, we have Lee in the house, Lee and Lenore. Lee and taking out the trash and recycles, put out a variety of finger foods and snacks, places soft drinks and various waters on the table, put out some salted caramel M&Ms, my favorites, Nutella with white dark and milk chocolate fountains, pretzels, marshmallows, and fruits for everybody. Welcome to the Mia Hansen. Help yourself. Come in, grab a snack, hit the like button on the way to your seat. Thank you, Lee. You feel the same way, Tammy? Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, thank you for all the snacks, Lee. How are you guys doing? How is Lenore? Lee is saying hello. Melanie. Thanks, Lee. I was feeling snacky. You can always, you're always a little pecky, right? You can just something. Peckish is the word that I was looking for. Gosh darn it. I think it's the same Friday when I was at my friend's. I'm like, looking at her, and the word was missing. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't really matter what language I'm speaking. Words just keep, well, they disappear on me. And then I need people, kind of like Christine, who's known me forever. So she's basically, is this what you mean? Like, yes, thank you. The word was gone. Or I'm like, explaining, so this is, or pointing at stuff. It's like, sure, she knows me. It's the same with David. I mean, like, if I'm stopping in the middle of a sentence, he basically know that the word is gone and we're trying to figure it out. Yeah. Sometimes I know it, the word in other language. It's kind of like the word nutmeg. I keep forgetting the Danish word for it. Don't ask me why. But like 9 out of 10 times, I have no idea what the name in Danish is. But nutmeg is always there. And I know the name right now. I don't know. The Danish word is muscat, but it's mostly nutmeg. I don't know why. But then other times I remember the word in German, or if I'm missing the English word, I know it in Danish. I'm like, it's a mess up there. It's never boring to be in my head, I'm telling you. Lee, yeah, I generally like to have fun times on mine too, but this week is going to be a bit more of a rant or ramble. Uh-oh. Lee, what are you rambling about? Or ranting about? Did I do something wrong? Ah, Melanie guided me. Having more than a language in your head is a labyrinth at times. It isn't the having more languages than one, it's the word disappears on me, which is kind of like, the um, stress and chronic pain damage of my brain. Tammy, so did you? I have any favorites in the DAC voting today? DAC. I haven't really looked yet, Tammy. I know it's there. I mean, I know. I haven't, you know, taken a look at it really. Just, I was opening it and I looked down at all the pictures. I saw there is a Scott Howden, and I'm pretty sure that that is one of my votes. But yeah, I haven't. I might do this later. Take a look at all of them, and yeah. Uh, Angel ran it out, buttling in makes voice. Exactly, Angel. Timothy. Oh no, Lee's on a rant. Angel misbuttered star signs pics I voted. Ooh, I can't wait to see those. I've seen them on her Instagram, I think. And the Virgo one was okay. I have to take a look at it. You haven't looked either, Tammy? Yeah. Lee, yeah, Tim knows what I get like. Don't we all by now, Lee? But what are you gonna rant about? I mean, it's rarely that I rant. I usually just go down rabbit holes, which is my MO. Like talking about something and and then I have to find my way back, which isn't always very easy. So then I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys, I have no idea what I was talking about. So let's move on with a new subject or something. So yeah. Tammy, yes, I do. Tammy, I think most of us know how he gets by now. I mean, it's Lee. And if he's too bad, we have Lenore there to tell him to shut up. It isn't just you. I mean, Lenore does it too. I've heard that in more than one video. Shut up. So I'm like, he has it hard, that poor Lee. All the women around him telling him to shut up, Lee. Poor you, Lee. You're having a hard life, right? but I'm pretty sure you love it. You wouldn't have it any other way. At least that's what I'm pretty sure about. Mm, yeah, I keep forgetting that I zoomed out my my camera. See the word. I'm like, why can I see my water bottle? Oh, and for those of you who came in late, I had a beautiful bouquet yesterday because we went to this new garden center and they were cheap. They were like $8 or so. Ah, yagi, ah. And then, I mean, this is the Danish flag. We use that a lot for birthdays and when we celebrate stuff. For example, we do a lot of celebrating the royal family's birthday. And if you ever see pictures or videos from, they usually go out to the balcony at around noon and people will sing happy birthday for them and they will have like a gazillion Danish flags waving. Timothy, I tell you one thing, yeah. It feels great to have Lee on your side when you're in a bad way. I know you. Yeah. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you have your things, the Americans use your flag in one way, and we basically use it for celebrating. We don't have them hanging outside like a lot of you guys do. I mean, I think I've seen it once. Somebody having, we have them in a flagpole. We don't have them hanging on our house. And then we, raise them in a flagpole whenever there's something to celebrate, like birthdays, weddings, confirmations, baptisms, stuff like that. Or if it's just a beautiful day, or your neighbors is having an anniversary or whatever. I don't know. Angel, how do you use your flag? Is it kind of like we do, or more like the Americans? Yeah, we have our flag on half when there's a funeral or a death, and then when the ceremony is over, its ceremony is over at the church, they go back on to the top of the on the pole. And then we have um, a flag that is the royal. It has instead of being a square, you have these where they go in. That is kind of like the royal flag. We have one in our city, and I think also maybe military. There are so many kinds of flags and rules, and I've given up on them. I know how, the regular people use them. I mean, I remember when we got the king in January, there was a lot of articles about the different kinds of flags they have. Kind of like, there is this special flag that they use for when the king is in, or the queen, by the way. And then they have a flag that they raise if um, the king isn't there, so he has a what would you say? Somebody else being the head of the country. And then you have one for the reigning royal family and the crown prince, crown princess has theirs, and then the old queen, which isn't usually how this works out, because usually when you take over as king or queen means that the old king or queen is dead. So this situation right here is brand new to us. I don't think it has ever happened in the past, I don't know, 1,900 years. So yeah, and then she got the royal flag. It was really interesting to read about it, but my brain was like, so much information about a red and white flag. I mean, yeah. Um, those are beautiful, says Tammy. Thank you. Lee, thank you, Tam Tam. I am just me, though. Well, who else are you supposed to be, Lee? I mean, everybody else is taken, right? Timothy Lee, you are awesome. Angel's telling Tim that she PM'd her on Facebook. And she PM'd Melanie on Discord. I'm curious. No, I'm not curious. I'm nosy. What are we PMing about here? Angel, by the way, happy 17th anniversary. Thank you, sweetie. And Lee, but of all the flags, the Swiss flag is a big plus. Angel, I find out soon. Okay. Well, the Danish one is a cross. So yeah, I know that the Swiss is a plus, but the Danish one is a cross. So yeah, and then you have the Swedish one is basically the same except the red is blue and the white is yellow. Do we have the British? Is that the other way around? So this is white and red. Angel, help me out. The England flag. Is that the opposite of this, or is there another color? Really? Be right back. I want to know what all these backstage messaging is all about, too. Me too, Lee. I'm curious. Timothy, Angel, I got it. I listen in just a second, I promise. Karina Skåne has their own flag. It is red and yellow. That's cool. You can't brain today, Angel. You know what? Me too often. But isn't it? Timothy, Mia Lee is nosy like you. I mean, of course he is. Being nosy is an amazing skill to have. I'm telling you. I'm nosy, I'm curious, and I have to learn stuff every day. Otherwise, it's a horrible day. So yeah, what did I learn yesterday, by the way? I probably learned something. Oh, there was something. Right. The God darn it, what is the dragon dragonflies? Yeah, Karina, it has a yellow cross and a red. Well, we have the red. Right. That's right. Thank you, Karina. So the dragonflies, we know that we only see them as these beautiful, long-bodied, four-winged creatures flying all over, and they can get rather big, right? See, but what I didn't know is that they only live from a day up to maybe a few weeks, if depending on what species they are. But I didn't know is that they spent up to 2 years living as a larvae in water. I did not know that. So I was like, huh, I learned something new. And now you maybe learn something new as well. But I love dragonflies. I mean, they're so beautiful. We have a lot of reds and blue ones here, and they're really huge. I mean, we had one that was caught in our garage one day. We have this uh, uh, kind of, it's not a window, but, kind of like this hollowed out where you can watch out. You get the light in. Sorry. And it was trapped up there trying to get out. because the garage is a little dark and it could see all the sunlight coming in. So it was trying to get out that way. So David grabbed something and trapped it and then put it outside. But that was like like this big. I mean, it was big. Don, you have a dragonfly tattoo on your leg? They're beautiful. Karina, when I was a child, I called them helicopters. Really? To me, the helicopters are those from what tree? Um, that has the two kind of wings out, which is kind of fat at the end. And when they fall from the tree, it's basically like a helicopter. But yeah. I remember at where we were camping as a child, we were always there. Yeah, that's right, Kalina. Um, when we were close to the beach and we would have them in that area and they were huge and it would hurt like a biatch if they flew into you because they were so big and we were children and that happened sometimes because there were so many of them and if you moved a little too fast for them they would fly into you and I mean we had them in gold and reds and I think I even once saw a green one. Yeah. But they also told yesterday that there was how many was it? Uh, was it 2 or 3 thousand? Um, you know, species of dragonflies. They're like, okay. And then after that program, there was a program about Madagascar. And there they told me, well, they told the viewers that about 80% of the animal life on Madagascar can't be found anywhere else on the planet. And that they had rainforest, regular forest, they have rocky parts, they have desert parts, they have all of that in that little island. I mean, it's little, but you don't find a lot of islands that has all of these parts in one island. I mean, that's kind of cool. So I did actually learn stuff yesterday. Maybe because I haven't learned anything today. Exactly. It is the maple tree. Melanie. Helicopter seeds. I love that. Have I learned anything today? No. Well, maybe it makes up that I learned several things yesterday. Unless some of you has something to teach me that I don't know. Do you have any fun facts or anything that I can learn today that I might not know? Oh, you know how we get the birthday um, code from Diamond Art Club and for 20%. Welcome back, Lee. Yeah. What you missed me telling you guys what I learned yesterday. You know how I'm nosy and curious and I have to learn something new every day. So yeah, you missed me telling about that. Hmm. Uh-oh. Right. Uh-huh. So I got the 20% discount code and I was like, I have to go look. I had a few in my basket. So I got the Sneaky Cat, the long one. And then I got, oh gosh, what's the name of it? That beautiful tree that was released a little while ago. What is the name of it? Hang on. Uh, Come on. What's the name of it? Something with light tree. Um, Come on, what's the name? What's the name? Night Sky Tree of Life. That's the name of it. And then I bought one of the new metal placers for the new twist and turn pen, the new from the new kits. So yeah, and it shipped like I don't know an hour later. It was like, ooh, that's fast. So it'll if everything goes as planned, it'll be here on the 24th. So yeah, I did treat myself a little. It's like okay, I'm gonna take advantage of that 20% off. Lee. Okay, small serious facts. During the rescue and recovery at the 9/11, 400 rescue dogs were used in the searches. Amazing new things you learn. I knew that they were using rescue dogs. And if I remember correctly, they also used dogs that's trained to find corpses when they knew nobody would be found alive and they still wanted to extract the bodies for the families to be so that they could get something. This is it. Oh, I think over here they're different because I just learned it in my one of my audiobooks that they have dogs specially trained to find corpses. Timothy didn't know that, but I'm not surprised. Those dogs are amazing. What they can smell in rubbles and even people who's been buried alive, they can smell them. It's so amazing those rescue dogs. I've always been really fascinated. It's the same with drug dogs who can smell drugs through I don't know what. Yes, they are, and they can be trained for several things at a time. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, they're also used to sniff hurt animals. They do that here if you. Uh, we have deers running over our highways every now and sometimes they do get hit. And if they aren't hurt enough that they can't run or are killed right away, so they run away, the hunters that come out has these dogs that can find them. They're bloodhounds. We have that. Melanie. Often it's the same dog used for search and rescue versus search and recovery missions. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's in Sweden that they have different dogs because the crime series that I'm listening to is in Sweden on this island called Gotland. Never been there. Um, I've only been in the Malmö area of Sweden years and years and years ago. Yeah, that is years ago. That was before I started dating David, but we knew each other. But I was over there with another friend of ours who's also a truck driver. So I was there, 2 days or something? We drove around over there. Well, one night, and then 2 days that we drove over there, and then we got back to Denmark. He was delivering flowers. Yeah, that's, I think, I can't remember. We were in Norway in 10th grade to ski. And I can't remember if we drove through Sweden on our way home. I know that we took the ferry up there. But I can't remember if we arrived in Sweden or Norway and what way we drove on the way home because again I can't remember stuff that far back. I my brain forget have forgotten a lot of stuff. And I did on the very first day we were skiing because they hadn't taught us how to, slow down on skis and it was going down. So they hadn't taught us how to slow down, brake. So my skis did this when I was driving down and I was tumbling and I got a concussion. So I was not allowed to ski for the rest of the week. I was in our cabin, um, you know, reading, watching TV, drinking hot chocolate, whatnot. Karina, I've never been in Norway, but I am born in Sweden. That's cool, Karina. I've been in Norway both for the skiing trip, and then David and I was up there, 5 years ago? Both to drive around and see stuff, and then we visited some this older couple that I've known since 2001. Yeah, kind of like my extra, well, not my extra parents, but it's kind of like parents to me, which the lady of the couple wrote yesterday on my birthday. Happy birthday to my almost daughter. It's like, well, who needs a biological mom when you have a mom like that? Yeah, I know. I'm kind of weird like that, but I didn't hear a word from either of my parents yesterday. Not a word. Which, I mean, I'm not really surprised by now, but yeah, they are something, right? I mean, I wrote my dad a text on his birthday in August, but they had already removed both David and I on Facebook at that time. So I sent him a text saying happy birthday, and he wrote back, thank you. But I didn't hear a single word yesterday from either of my parents. Yeah, really, Don. I mean, it's not like they'd forgotten, I think. They just didn't care, I think. But again, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not even sad or mad about it. It's just what it is. Yeah. It's something, Melanie. I mean, like I said, who needs biological parents when you have other great people in your life? I mean, I also have Lee and Lenore in my life. I mean, I don't need them. And I have my brother, I have Rosa, and I have my sister. I have all of you guys. Don, that's obnoxious that they don't respond to your birthday. You know, I'm not really bothered by it anyway. Lee, Don, we honor you on your birthday, and I really, really appreciate it. I got so many birthday wishes yesterday, and I have to respond to each and every one of them, but I was just, rolling it yesterday, and I have read every single one of them, but they came so many at one time. So I was like, okay, usually I do it either the day after, but again, yes, that today has been a little. So tomorrow probably, or after my life, I would sit down and I will respond and heart every single one of them. Lee, I usually do that as well, make one post saying thank you, but sometimes people write something that I feel like I want to respond to, and yeah. Melanie, no matter what, it still hurts me. Glad you have a big network of friends and family that love and support you on your birthday and every day. No, I don't know, Melanie, if it really hurts a lot. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, and by now they can't really do anything that will surprise me or make a great impact on me. I mean, they've been, especially my mom has been that way my entire life. I mean, and like you said, I have friends, I have a lot of chosen family and friends, I mean, yeah, sometimes that's more important. I'm also the one who usually say, family is belongs in a picture frame, in a drawer, picture side down. I mean, you know, go down there. I mean, I don't always need my. And then I keep a picture of my parents in the drawer with picture side down, far away. No, I don't keep it, but mentally. Don says, "Well said, Melanie." Yeah. Lee, I do my best to support all my friends in the community and also get very protective over them all. Oh, me too, Lee. I mean, the people that is near and dear to my heart, oh, don't even try. I will defend my friends. And then the ones that I really do care about, I will defend them with my life. I mean, don't don't even come at them. And it's the same um, with certain groups in our community that means a lot to me. I mean, there is groups in our society that has it harder than most. I'm for instance, I'm really against this whole white supremacy. I mean, who do people think they are? Yes, I'm white, and I hate that fact that some people will say that because I'm white, I have an easier life than them, than other people. I have more rights. Like, no, I don't. And who cares what color people are, or if they're rich or poor, or if they had to flee the country, you know? So I'm protective of groups of people that doesn't always have the capacity to speak out on their own. I mean, it's if your sexuality is different than mine and you have a rough time dealing with it, then I will defend you as well. I mean, I don't care. I mean, and again, care, because I do care, but it isn't important. I think that's the better way to say it. It isn't important to me what your sexuality is, what color your skin is, where in the world you're coming from. It doesn't matter as long as you're a sweet, kind person that treat other people with respect. I have your back. Lee, I know it all too well. Timothy Lee, that's one of many things I love about you. You too, Mia. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Timothy, nicely said, Mia. White, black, whatever, we're all the same. Yeah, there is this picture that's running around Facebook several times where they take all these eggs. Eggs can have a bunch of different colors. You can get them in regular white, brown, green, blue, depending on what chicken they're coming from. So you see all these different kind of colored eggs in one picture, and the next picture, you see all those eggshells cracked, and then the eggs, the whites and the yolk, you see those lying there, and they're all the same, which for me is an amazing picture of no matter what we look like, we're all the same. Melanie, I bought picture frames once, hung them up on the wall going upstairs. 8 months later, my boys asked if I was going to remove the stock photo in them for our family. I said, nope, they look happier. I love that, Melanie. Dawn, we all bleed red. Exactly. I mean, we're the same. Lee, what I want to know, if white people hate people of color, why do most of them sit in the sun or in the booth to change their color. Exactly. Exactly. Why would you want to change your color if you're really not a fan of people with that color? It's the same if you're a Christian, right? Why is it that, again, white men, white priests, white popes, whatnot, white people have decided to make Jesus on the cross a white dude? Because Jesus is from the Middle East. He's not white. He doesn't have blonde hair. He's he's Middle Eastern. He has probably black hair, brown eyes, and olive skin. Why do we have to change that, you know? I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, Don, that is a great question. I mean, I love, staying in the sun, get a tan, but that is because it makes me look healthy, you know? That isn't because I don't like, yeah. I'm an open person. I love everybody else. I mean, and I don't mind debating with other people about what my opinions are. I know that, and this isn't really a debate or anything. You just have to conclude that this is my opinions. Um, but there is a lot of people out there who, for instance, is against refugees, which is a part of those groups that I'm really defensive about because people, oh, somebody came in and heard me say that and they left just as quick as they came. Um, People don't flee from their countries because they just I want to live somewhere else. They flee because there is war, there is a dictator, they have another religion, that what is accepted in that country. They might be gay. There's a reason why people flee. They have another politic view than what is accepted in that country. They don't flee for the heck of it. Fleeing your country, fleeing your family and your friends and your house and whatnot, you don't do that just for the heck of it. I mean, sure, there's a few who does it. I'm not gonna say that everybody is doing it to be safe. I know we have what do we call them? Um, the word of it. People who just flee to get security, to get paid. Because for instance, exactly, Melanie. Don't not understanding why people flee is privilege in itself. It is, and I mean, they're like, yeah, well, they should just stay in their own country. It can't be so bad. And I'm like, and why do they take their jewelry and their cell phones and whatnot? And I'm going, okay, like for instance, right now in Europe, we have a threat from Russia, right? So let's just say, hypothetically, that Russia decides that the rest of Europe has helped Ukraine too much, giving them too many weapons and whatnot. So they decide to attack European countries. And because Denmark is right on the road for them to leave Russia and attack, other countries in Europe, we would become one of the very first countries to be attacked. Okay? Okay. Don't tell me that the Danish people, the Danish higher society and everybody wouldn't grab their jewelry, their money, their cars and whatnot if they can, and drive away and leave with all their stuff to get away from the war, the Russian president, we would do exactly the same. We're just lucky enough that we haven't had that fear in our lives for many, many years. We don't have a dictator. We don't fight, well, we do fight, but it isn't a death sentence if you aren't, like, for instance, Denmark is a Christian country. Well, mainly the most part of Denmark is really is Christian. You don't risk to die if you're a Muslim or a Hindu or, you know, but in some countries you do. And you risk dying if you're a gay and whatnot. We don't have that fear here. We're privileged enough that we live a safe life. But if war comes around, don't tell me that we won't flee to find a safe place to be. And we would probably flee to those countries that we get refugees from. Yeah. People say, get out of my country here in the States. And I say, unless you're 100% Native American, that includes you too. Exactly, Lee. I mean, most Americans are refugees themselves. And they are. They just forget it. Because it isn't a nice history, American history isn't nice. It isn't perfect. It isn't pretty. Basically, people came from mainly, Europe, and they killed off all the. Um, I know you don't supposed to say Indians. The way they are, the original American people. Let's say it like that. Were killed off for land. I mean, yeah. Native American, yeah, that's probably the better word. That just, but yeah, enough. I don't know, politics. It isn't politics, but it's still a sore subject somewhere, some places, right? I mean, but that is some of the things that I care about. That makes me protective of other countries, and a lot of people don't agree with me, which is fine. Yeah, Native Americans. Hey, Adam, good evening. I'm sorry I wasn't in your live yesterday. I was celebrating my birthday and spending time with my husband. I promise to do better. So yeah, and some, again, to get back to it, some people, well, a lot of people can't debate. You know, they aren't capable of debating without being ugly and personal, which also it's the same with both religion and politics, which is what I'm going to say about that. Um, but a lot of people aren't capable of having a debate, a friendly discussion where you talk about, this is my feelings, this is how I feel, this is my opinion, and the reason that I have these feelings and opinions stems from this experience that I had in my life, or that I have heard from people I know that they have had. Instead, they're getting defensive, they're getting personal, and they attack, because sometimes the best defense is an attack. Yeah. And Lee saying hello to Adam, and he missed Adam's live as well, and is sorry. And Timothy, Adam, you didn't go live yesterday, did you? I hope not, because I missed it. Melanie, having healthy debates is the opportunity to learn from each other, but a safe space is a must. Exactly. I want to learn how people tick, This is one of my pet peeves. I'm trying. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I make mistakes. And sometimes I make the same mistakes that I'm trying to avoid and saying that I would wish other people don't. I am not perfect. I know that. I am a human being. But I want to know where people come from, you know? And I want to learn what makes them tick. What gives you the opinions you have, no matter the subject? What gives you those opinions? Is it something that is expected from your family? Is it what you do in your area? Is it your friend community that is like, okay, this is what we do? Or did you yourself go out into the world, looked at it, um, made your own opinion, and then went back and say, okay, this is what I believe, this is what I think, this is what I feel, because I've been out there feeling and discovering and everything for myself or my peers, my families, my community. Because, sometimes that is how people work. And I want to know why. you know, I mean, fine. If you have an opinion, which is great, you have an opinion, but explain, what um, what makes you have that opinion. No matter the subject. I'm not talking religion or politics or whatever. I'm talking in general. And I just want to know what makes people tick. Not because they're wrong or right or anything. I'm curious. I'm nosy. I want to know because I'm interested in other people. Make sense? I hope so. and that's who I am. And I want to get to know people. And yeah, hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully you get this. A lot of you know me by now, and but if you're rather new to knowing me as a person, that gives you an insight to why I'm me. you know, um, Melanie, I love the EDI. ED. I work. I do. I love the EDI work I do in my community for those reasons, Mia. Equity, diversity, and inclusion. Exactly. What is ED? Oh, you just wrote that. Sorry, brain fart over here. Or my brain doesn't brain today. You never know. But yeah, those are very important. Important. I don't know. I'm tired. No, I'm not tired. But yeah, and people can think whatever they want, right? I'm not going to change me. And people aren't going to bully me into not being me. They try, especially my mom. She's gaslighting away. Which is why I'm like, she's over there, rap. She's not she's not important. I mean, I how to explain that? It's not really the right word, but I don't. Mm, I love her because she's my mom. She brought me into this world, but I have zero respect for her because respect is earned, and she has given me no reason to respect her. Right? I feared her as a child, but that's not respect. I feared her because she would hit me. She would make me responsible for stuff you aren't supposed to be responsible for as a child. So that wasn't respect in any way. That was fear because I never knew what was going to happen next. And me being the person that I am, I was talking back, I was being disrespectful. I know that, but again, I mean, I'm not me. This didn't happen in a few years. I mean, I had a temper, and I was telling people. I mean, I was giving them my mind, even as a child, and my parents got it. I'm telling you, sometimes no, I said stuff despite me knowing what was going to happen. You know, yeah. Oh, it was abuse, absolutely. But I feared her because I didn't know what was coming, and I never knew when it was coming, except for when we had company over, you know, their friends and what. I was safe. But when they left, I again never knew what was coming. Had I said something I wasn't supposed to say? Don, you haven't spoken to your mom in 37 years? There's a reason for that. There is. I mean, it isn't an easy decision. Melanie, and no, I'm just voicing. She's important in the sense that she's part of your identity and still part of your family network, even if remote distant. But it sounds like that you have set up healthy boundaries when it comes to her. Oh yeah, and my dad. I mean, they like you said, remote. They're over there. Uh, Tammy, Mia, you're a beautiful soul. I love who you are and the fire you have about you. You're a true inspiration. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Dawn. Tammy, I'm sorry you had a hard childhood. Mm, thank you, Tammy, but I wouldn't be the person I am today if that hadn't happened. I mean, no child is supposed to experience what I experienced as a child. No child. But it's not an excuse for what my parents did, or mainly my mom. But I would not be the person that I am today if I hadn't had the experiences that I had. And maybe that is why uh, thank you, Melanie. Maybe that is why I am so protective of other people. Maybe that is one of the reasons. Because nobody defended. Well, some did, but most people didn't know. You know, because for my parents, everything was about appearances, and if I dared say anything, I did every now and then. I would be punished severely. So eventually, you just learned not to say anything, right? So, which is why I'm so fiercely protective of other people today. Because everybody has a right to be here. Everybody has a right to say and think what they want. Because I didn't have that as a child. So I guess, yeah. Insert foot in mouth. Melanie. Don has made you a compassionate and loving person. Yeah, I think it has done, but thank you. Lee, I was born protective. I might have been too. I mean, I'm way, no, I'm not way too, but I'm a very empathetic person. I've always been. Maybe it was just, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Expanded isn't the word. Maybe it was just, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Not made bigger, but you know what I mean. Um, Due to what I've experienced in life. Um, yeah. I mean, I tried to get myself removed from home when I was 15. but that wouldn't have looked good. I mean, appearances. So my mom stopped it because you wouldn't sign off on the papers. So I had to go home. Yeah. And when I was a kid, my mom would always threat, if I wasn't good, I would be placed in a children's home, you know, um, where all the bad kids would go. Until I read a book, this thin little book about this, was it a boy or a girl, that had to go to one of those children's homes and what was going on there in Denmark. And how it was living there, how that person got their own room, and adults were taking care of them, making homework with them, and they were there, all the time. So next time my mom made that threat, I walked into my room, I packed a bag, went out there again, and asked when we were leaving. So that threat never happened again. Because now it wasn't a threat anymore because you can't threat somebody who's ready to do it. It doesn't work. Some people, you guys. Oh, sorry. I'm still loving that diamond painting over there. I'm almost done with my Virgo. I just have one little square left, and I can't really show you because I have flowers and phones and drills and whatnot standing on it, but it is almost done. So who knows, maybe tomorrow. I mean, I had hoped I'd be done with it before my birthday, but a lot of stuff happened. I mean, I've been busy. I've been watching uh, Chicago Fire with David, so I have been in the living room. Yeah, good for you. Thank you, Don. Anthony, I still have about 20% to go on A Question of Reality. I might not finish it this month. Anthony, you just have to sit down and work on it and do nothing else. It is amazing to work on. I loved every second of it. All the colors and all the things going on in it. Yeah. But I know, when you're used to having more than one project at a time, it's difficult. I get it. I think maybe it's just easier for me because I only have one whip. I mean, I'm terrified of the 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 thought of having a whip next year because I know I'm not able to finish my muka in November and December. So I'm gonna put it away, save it for summer with the masters, and continue it, or maybe continue it after my own event. But I'm like, I can I really carry Melanie? I have two whips, and it's driving me nuts. See, I mean, and this even it drives me nuts before it's even happening. I'm like, but I guess when you purchase a diamond painting that is 70 by 180 centimeters, isn't it that big? I think it is. I think it is 70 by 180, or maybe 60 by 180. But I mean, that is a panel. So I'm not going to be able to finish that one in 2 months. Lee doesn't like having more than once at a time, too. Yeah. And then we have other people who's like, I have 8 whips or I have 3 whips, and I'm going like, my eyes is twitching, going like, what? Like, oh, you just have to diamond paint longer, then it'll be a natural thing for you. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm staying to my one whip at a time, and I'm even considering, when the muka is done as much as I can to kit it down again and then kit it up. Which I probably won't, but yeah. My mind is a mystery. My brain is weird. I wonder if my husband is. Yeah, he's in his room. I was like, so is he watching TV, waiting for me? Melanie, I stopped my drills and chills to work on one for a charity event. September 30th is the day for truth and reconciliation in Canada. So doing a Every Child Matters by a Cree artist. That is cool. That is cool, Melanie. Yeah, I love that idea. I'm also wondering what diamond painting to work on when this is done because I have to be finished with the next one by November, hoping that my muka will arrive before then. I mean, I don't hope that it is going to take, the 12 weeks for the diamond painting to be done because yikes. But I hope it'll be here maybe somewhere in October. Maybe beginning of November. But I hope it'll be here. I mean, mine isn't going to the US, it's coming directly from the factory. Lee put my Angel Falls on hold to do the memory event. Yeah, I really like that event, Lee. Um, it's an important one. I just didn't have any that would fit it. Um, because I don't tend to buy anything with American flags on it or stuff like that. I was considering maybe buying one of those Oakley Studio ones with a firefighters or police or whatnot, but I would have to know someone to gift one of those to later on. But who knows? Maybe I just do it because I like the colors. I mean, I like the firefighter one because there's the fire on it and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. You never know. You never know. I am I am trying to keep myself on a low buy, not no, but low. So I need to finish some of the ones that I have now, which is why I hope to get one more finish in before November. Just need to find one that isn't too big, but also not too small, so that I have it. I mean, this one then takes me about 20 days, I think, to finish if everything goes well. I mean, I started it on the 29th, so that's 17 days today. So, and I hope to finish this maybe tomorrow or something. Then I need something for 1.5 months. I'm like, it can't be too big. And yeah, I have to look at my logbook on Diamond Art Club's webpage to see, okay, what do I have? What sizes do I have? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Dawn sent me a picture. I think I saw it, Dawn. I think I saw it. It's beautiful. Oh, wrong one. Mm, yeah, I like it. Look at that hummingbird. I still want to feed a hummingbird one day. So, how many specialty drills are you using this time? It's beautiful. Look at that confetti. Isn't it great? I love all that confetti in the bird. Confetti makes my little heart happy. which is why some of this diamond painting is a little bit of a struggle. Let me see if I can take a picture and show you why this diamond painting can be a struggle. Okay. Do you see all of that same symbol? I mean, there is so much color blocking in this one. And then we have all the ends, and then we have all the triangles is the crystal. You have 7 sparklers in the hummingbird. I love that. So yeah, me who's a huge, huge confetti fan is in color blocking hell over here. But almost done. Yeah, and I still have to do my post review of that one, and then I have to do a post review of this one. So who knows? Maybe I have bag on bag, and then depending on what diamond painting I want to work on next, I might have to do an unboxing as well. You never know. You never know. I am considering, but it can't be too big. I wonder how big that cat and yarn one is. When the cat's out, the mice will play. Hang on. How big is this one? 75 by 55.5. This one. Can I do that in 1.5 months? Can I? Melanie, I am not on a no-buy. When I want to shop, I grab my wallet full on Monopoly money and shop my heart out in my stash of paintings and accessories. Yeah, no-buy, but no-buy, but a low buy. I mean, yeah. I am trying to keep it under control because I mean my wish list on Diamond Art Club, it is almost always more than 100, which is crazy. I mean, yeah, you can do it. Yes, I can. I can finish this one, right? What do you guys think? Can I finish this one in about 1.5 months, a little more than a month? I mean, it has everything I love. It has cats and yarn. Yeah, I think I'm going to try it. That way I can also try a Francesca. I wonder how she's doing. I have to write her again. It's been a while since I texted her the last. I have to ask her how she's doing. Have any of you texted her recently to see how she's doing? I feel like a horrible friend. It is, right, Dawn? I love it. I remember when she previewed it in one of my lives, I was like, I have to have that one. It is a must-have. I need it in my life. It's, yeah. You know, when you see something and you're like, oh, I have to have this one in my life. That was one of them. Then it was just a matter of how I was getting it over here, you know. And then we had Leanne, who was the sweetest, kindest person to gift it to me. So yeah. I wonder where she is today. You feel terrible too, Dawn? I have to text her. Ask her how she's doing. I mean, last time I checked, there wasn't any diamond paintings on her website. So I was like, hang on, what's going on? So I was placing like the last few drills in this one color. Color 3805, a beautiful, beautiful pink. This is what I'm doing when I have these squares of a lot of color bugging. I'm doing all the little colors, where there isn't many drills in each color. I do those first, and then I do all the color blocking, you know, and kind of like then it works up faster when everything else is done. Then it's just, putting the six placer in the drills and go duck, 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 duck. But yeah. In 10 minutes, we have Angel going live. So please don't forget to go over to her channel and watch. Let's see, can I find her? We have Angel. We have the live. She is here. Cubby. There you go. This is the link for Angel's Live in 10 minutes. So I hope we'll meet over there. I'm going to be mostly working and lurking, putting in some links here and there when it is needed. And yeah, I'm going to give you a few minutes to take a pee break, get a snack, get some water, tea, coffee, whatever. And yeah, I hope you'll be back next Sunday for some more ramblings. You never know where we're going. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic week, that a lot of good stuff is going to happen for you, that whatever you wish for will happen, that friends and family will reach out telling you that they love you, because I love you guys. And don't forget to watch my videos. So yeah, take care, everybody. And see you next week. And I love you all. Bye.